The first trailer for Daredevil Born Again brings back the Devil of Hell's Kitchen to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
As teased in the post-credits scene of the Echo finale, Wilson Fisk aka Kingpin indeed has political ambitions. Mayor-elect of New York, even though Matt Murdock feels he's gaming the system. Going by the comics, Kingpin surely has some tricks under his sleeve as he outlaws all vigilante activity once he becomes mayor. This comic book connection is also teased in the trailer, with Kingpin wondering why Murdock gave up being Daredevil. This brings us to the second major reveal. Murdock is still a lawyer, but he has retired from vigilante activities. Talking to Kingpin in a diner, Murdock says, "A line was crossed." He can either refer to his violent outburst in Daredevil Season 3 when he was close to going beyond his moral ethics and killing Kingpin. Alternatively, Daredevil Born Again can reveal an incident where Murdock failed as Daredevil. The trailer includes a shot of Daredevil's mask falling off from a building. This frame can perhaps be symbolic of the hero's fall from grace. But what is it that brings him back to vigilantism? The series has yet to reveal this. Regardless of his retirement, Born Again will eventually find Murdock back in action, as we see multiple Daredevil masks in the trailer. There's the classic red one from his usual adventures, and we also catch a glimpse of the yellow one that he wore in his She-Hulk appearance. The yellow mask is also a classic nod to Daredevil's first appearance, as the vigilante first donned a bright shade of yellow before going for the quintessential red. However, in the trailer there are also other options this time, such as a silver and a black mask. Considering how Daredevil has changed his wardrobe a lot over the years, the upcoming series promises to capture the different shades of the classic Marvel hero. Apart from the mask, Daredevil also fights with his classic weapon of choice, the Billy Club. While previous appearances all showed the club in action, Daredevil uses it with more intensity this time, complete with a steel wire that he brutally uses to immobilize his enemies. Daredevil Born Again might be set in the MCU, but it brings back familiar faces from the original Netflix series. Not only do we have Daredevil and Kingpin, but also Matt Murdock's friends and legal partners, Foggy Nelson and Karen Page. Other returning characters include ex-FBI agent Benjamin Poindexter, the villain teased to be Bullseye. Even though he's in prison uniform, he seems to have recovered from his Season 3 injuries. The last we saw him in Daredevil Season 3, Wilson Fisk broke his back by slamming the assassin against a broken wall. In the end, Poindexter required spinal surgery with the Bullseye target logo echoing in his eyes. Judging from that end credits scene and his return in Born Again, it seems like Poindexter has enhanced abilities following the surgery. Among the ones returning in Born Again is also Daredevil's ally and occasional enemy Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. John Bernthal returns to play the iconic skull-wearing anti-hero. He has ditched his usually clean-shaven look and crew cut for more disheveled hair and a thick beard. It's unclear how his equation with Daredevil is currently, as he is shown to be attacking Daredevil with a hatchet in the trailer. But Murdock reminds Castle that Wilson Fisk is back, a revelation that prompts the Punisher to put down his weapon. Hopefully, another Daredevil and Punisher team-up is on the horizon.
They gotta pay. Every single goddamn one of them.
They will. And not tonight.
As for Born Again's villains, Kingpin isn't alone, as the trailer introduces the masked killer Muse. In the comics, Muse is a serial killer and street artist who paints walls with the blood of his victims. Muse is a recent addition to the Daredevil universe, making his comic book debut in 2016. The serial killer artist is involved in headline-making murders and shocking kidnappings. Muse might turn out to be a common threat to both Daredevil and Kingpin. It's probably Muse's violent activities that unite the two former enemies during their diner conversation. For Kingpin, his tenure as a mayor raises questions with a killer like Muse on the loose. As for Daredevil, he probably will get out of his retirement to take down Muse as the villain's influence takes over the city. The trailer implies that Muse inspires some sort of a killer cult, with his masked followers creating chaos in New York. With Muse only shown wearing his mask, the series has still not revealed the actor playing this menacing serial killer artist. With new villains like Muse also comes a new hero. Daredevil Born Again will feature the masked vigilante, White Tiger, who gets involved in probably the same chaos that brings Daredevil out of his retirement. In the comics, many people have taken on the White Tiger mantle, but Born Again will feature Hector Ayala, the first vigilante to wear the mask. Interestingly, Hector was also Marvel's first Latino Filipino superhero. White Tiger draws his powers from a magical amulet that provides superhuman strength, claws, enhanced speed, and the ability to command tigers. Hector's daughter Ava Ayala later takes on the White Tiger mantle and often teams up with Daredevil in the comics. In Born Again, the late Puerto Rican actor Camar de los Reyes played the Hector Ayala version of White Tiger. As the actor passed away of cancer mid-filming, Born Again will be a posthumous release and one of his final screen credits. Apart from White Tiger, another new character debuts in the series as Daredevil's love interest. From Claire Temple to Elektra, the vigilante has had many love interests in the Netflix continuity. Since joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Daredevil even had a short fling with She-Hulk, but this time, Murdock is shown to be dancing and kissing a new character played by Margarita Levieva. As of now, it's unknown the character Levieva will be playing, but comic book readers have long speculated that Born Again heroine might be Daredevil's tragic love interest, Heather Glenn. In the comics, Glenn starts off as a chirpy socialite who becomes a secretary at Murdock and Nelson's law office. But their romantic relationship takes a rocky turn with Glenn eventually turning to depression and alcoholism. In one of the most shocking Daredevil comic moments, Maxwell hangs herself to death, a tragedy that fills Daredevil with a lot of emotional burden and guilt. Will Margarita Levieva play Heather Glenn or another character from the Daredevil comics? Or is this an all-new love interest for the series? Born Again has yet to provide the answer. Talking about love interests, Wilson Fisk's longtime lover and wife, Vanessa Mariana, returns to the series. The art dealer is still married to Fisk and remains by his side despite his criminal past. The couple is shown to be clinking their wine glasses over food, a callback to their romantic dinners from the Netflix series.
Tonight, I'm just a man, enjoying the company of a captivating woman.
Initially, when Born Again began filming, Sandrine Holt was attached to star as Vanessa, but now the original actress Ayelet Zurer is back, reprising her role from Netflix's Daredevil. Early in the Born Again trailer, a New Year's celebration is in progress at New York's Times Square. While the central screen has a message from Mayor Fisk, the other billboards and advertisements carry several well-layered Easter eggs. Eagle-eyed viewers can spot an ad for Harlem's Paradise, the jazz club owned by Luke Cage. While criminals like Cottonmouth and Mariah Dillard owned the club, the season 2 finale changed its ownership to Luke Cage's hands. While the Harlem's Paradise ad in Times Square might be a cheeky nod to other Netflix Marvel shows, it might also hint at a larger team-up between Daredevil and Luke Cage. After all, both are New York-based vigilantes who united with other Netflix Marvel heroes for the Defenders miniseries. Another ad in the Times Square scene features a New Year's greeting from the Pim Van Dyne Foundation. Ant-Man and the Wasp fans will remember this foundation, which raises funds to improve society using Pym particle technology. Guest appearances in Spider-Man: No Way Home, She-Hulk, and Echo have already confirmed Daredevil's presence in the MCU.
How did you just do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
This blink-and-miss reference from the trailer yet again confirms the Netflix series' connections to the franchise. Now, with his own standalone series, Daredevil's transition to the MCU timeline is complete. The Daredevil Born Again trailer reveals many characters and plot threads that are bound to excite longtime admirers of the Netflix original. But with new characters and higher stakes, it promises to also mark a new chapter in the MCU's TV space.